Is your trust a ticking time bomb? And what can you do about it? Living trust mistake number 4, a failure to update. What you need to know to ensure that your trust is not that ticking time bomb. An out-of-date living trust can be worse than no trust at all. And I know we hammer this. Everybody needs a living trust. Everybody needs an updated estate plan. If you have one that's way out to date, there are cases where it can be worse than no plan at all. I want to tell a quick story about Heath Ledger. Really tragically, he died of a drug overdose in 2008. When he passed away, he actually had a simple estate plan in place. Here's the problem. He had not updated his documents in 2008. He last updated them years before his daughter was born. So when he passed away, there's millions of dollars in his estate. His daughter got zero because he set a plan, leaving it to the wrong people. He didn't have a kid yet. He didn't allow for that. He didn't work with somebody who knew what they were doing. Whereas we often can say, well, if I have a child in the future, we'll go to that child. And it ended up, I think, working out from what I read. The family worked together and they redirected assets. So it did eventually go to his daughter. But if there was someone who did not have a relationship with his daughter who inherited, that money could have been lost forever. So how is that relevant for you? Well, we need to understand you need to update your estate plan when your situation changes, as laws change. The documents that you create will govern what happens, even if they are illogical under the new circumstances, and even if they're obviously counter to what you would have wanted at that time. If you created documents 20 years ago and named somebody you now hate as your trustee or don't trust, maybe they're in prison now. If you name them, they're still named. If you don't update it, you're empowering the wrong people. So it's so crucial. Update your estate plan every few years. And here's a little checklist to make sure that your plan is up to date. First question I would ask is, have you reviewed your estate plan in the last 5 years? If the answer is no, probably time to take a fresh look. Of course, we can help you. Do you have new children in the picture? Do you have new grandchildren in the picture? There have been cases where we had clients who named specific grandchildren, they pass away, and they just forgot to make an update. So half of their grandkids got money. The new ones that were born after they updated their trust got zero, or they didn't have the right trust structure. Do you have the right trust structure? An AB or non-AB trust? We talked in other videos and earlier here today about how that can have hundreds of thousands of dollars in tax implications, even if you don't have a large estate. If you have the wrong non-AB or an AB, depending on the size of your estate, that might cost your family hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. Have you revisited who you've named as trustee in your trust and your other documents? Do you even know who you named as backup trustees? I've had meetings with clients in the last month where the person they named as their first trustee, they are now embroiled in litigation against that person because they were friends when they created the documents and they are not friends anymore. And that is a disaster. More importantly, do you have the right backups? Are you going to be covered? The person you name, are they sick now? Are they just overwhelmed? Are they going to be able to serve? Have you talked to them about this? So revisiting trustees regularly is so, so important. And have you set up structures to protect future generations from divorce or lawsuits or property tax increases or estate tax problems? If any of these issues strike you as, ooh, I don't think I've done that. Hey, let's set a meeting. It's easy to review these issues very efficiently if we do it. But even if you don't end up working with us, you need to update these documents, and it has to be with an expert. And of course, we want to make sure that your estate plan empowers and benefits the right people. Have your children's situation changed? Is one of your children crushing it financially and another is really struggling? Maybe you want to redirect where assets are going. Is one of your children facing a new disability that they didn't have years ago? Do we need to add a special needs trust or other protections? Is one of your kids getting divorced and you're freaking out about what might happen if you leave money to them in the near future? Could that be lost to the ex-spouse? There's so much that we can do. We have something called the Peace of Mind program for existing clients. Some clients check in with us every year. Some clients come in every 3 to 5 years. Some clients, literally, I saw some in the last 2 weeks, the last time they'd worked with our office was like 2001. 4 key questions asked. Do you have an up-to-date estate plan, or has it been more than 3 years since you last reviewed it? 2, do you have a home or a rental property in California, and do you want to leave it for future generations? Hey, let's address that Prop 19 issue. Are you concerned about property or capital gains or estate taxes? Do you have the right trust structure? Are you aware of estate tax issues? We can very efficiently help you understand those or take the steps that you need to take. And do you want to protect assets for future generations from lawsuits or if you have a child with special needs? A living trust is not enough. That's where it can be a ticking time bomb, thinking that it is, or having an out-of-date living trust. And our team is not just me, by the way. It's Nick Klingenberg, Renee Conrad, Michael Gilfix, and Francis La Poll, our two principals. And we have over 120 years of combined experience between the 5 of us. And I think it's actually significantly more than that. Over 120 years of estate planning and elder law and tax planning experience. We encourage you to meet with us. You can contact us at 493-8070 or gilfix.com. I hope you got a lot out of this, and I hope everybody's staying safe, sane, and healthy. I hope everybody takes care. See you later.